Hello and welcome to the Now Educated podcast. Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, I want to talk to you about why we have this podcast in existence. Our belief is that each and every one of us can become financially unshakable, and it is possible for you, it's possible for me. And what we want you to do is not just take the possibility of it, but begin to behave in a way that gets you to your financial breakthrough. And because of that, we've decided to start talking about things that we believe are relevant to help you get there. So, what we talking about today? If you want to be dead broke, this is what you need to do. Never say. Don't even think about it. Don't even contemplate it. Get your money, spend it, forget about it. And you'll be assured and guaranteed to be poor. Or dead poor. If you want to be poor, this is how you go about it. Everything you earn, spend it. Just everything you earn, spend it. And it doesn't matter if you start rising up the ranks, do a bit more, the more money you make, for as long as you make more money and spend it all, you're guaranteed that you're going to be poor. Alright? So it's your spending. If you want to start doing things that change and start moving you to where you want to go, you want to start paying yourself first. You want to start saving a bit of your money. Now, if you want to become middle income, start saving between 5 to 10% of your income every single month and investing it. If you want to be like our nation is talking about, and our nation being Zimbabwe, upper middle class economy. If you want to be an upper middle class citizen in terms of your wealth, start saving anything between 5 and 10%, right? Then you're going to start seeing some movement. If you want to get to a point where you're getting closer and closer to becoming rich, my apologies. If you want to be upper middle class, 10 to 15%. If you want to become rich, start paying yourself first. Between 15 and 20% of your income should start going towards savings, and a big portion of that going towards investing in things that earn income for you. If you want to be uber rich, super rich, where money works for you and you've managed to make it your slave, save at least 20% of your income. And start doing this as soon as possible. And don't stop. Just keep going and get to a point where the income from the money you are investing becomes enough to cater for your lifestyle. When you get to that point, that's where you don't work because you need to pay bills. You start working because you understand that there's a joy in it, there's a service to it. But there's no obligation brought about by needing to take care of your lifestyle. And I know, if you're in Zimbabwe, you probably would say to me, hey Terrence, but we live in a country where inflation happens, stuff happens, I'm afraid, I've lost money before, and I can't afford to save. You know, my life is hectic. The truth is, many of us think we can't afford to save, but what we can't afford to not do is not to save. That's the only way we begin to get ourselves out of these financial situations that give us headaches, that create depression. Our way out of poverty, the way you're going to take your family out of generations and generations of lack, is when you start saving and investing and putting aside something so that it can grow and outlive you and give the next person in your family line an opportunity to build from where you left off. And that's how we change things. And I want to talk to you about fear. You see, many of us have this notion that when things are going bad, they're going to be bad forever. We probably think the same way about when things are going well. We think they're going to be good for as long as we live. But life doesn't work that way. And life shows us, nature shows us, there's day and there's night. So the night doesn't last forever, the day doesn't last forever as well. And what I found quite interesting when you look at the financial markets, they play to the same tune. I remember in 2008, if you're in Zimbabwe, if you're in the States, or if you're just a citizen of the world and you're still alive, you probably have an idea of what happened in 2008, the global financial crisis. That was one of the moments that shook so many people's lives. I remember working at that time in the States and walking to work or walking to my shift and hearing stories of a man who had lost his house and lost hope and killed his entire family before killing himself. This was just the stress that, people losing over half their life savings, people having their homes taken away because they couldn't meet payments anymore because they'd either lost their job or everything that they put aside had gone, felt like it had gone to waste. You'd see people crying on the television because their entire work felt like it had come to naught. And for many people, we thought, man, it's over. But interestingly, following its largest hit, the largest drop, bottoming out in March 2009, the market began to resuscitate. The stock market that had supposedly, and truth be told, lost so much money for people, began to rebound. And within 12 months, it had grown by 69.5%. Within the next 5 years, the stock market had grown by 178%. So what am I saying? If you were in that season and you didn't allow the fear that was outside to get inside you, you could have been able to get to a point where it could have felt like you'd lost whilst you were in 2008 and into 2009. But if you just held on, you could have regained what you may have lost and actually ended up in a much better position. You could have actually become wealthier after the crisis than you were before the crisis. So, don't let fear on the outside get inside. And when it comes to investing, don't let your emotions rule you. They are your enemy. Understand this, that with financial winter comes financial spring. Nothing lasts forever. So get to saving, get to investing, get to learning, because that's how we're going to win with money. My name is Terrence, and I hope you're now educated. And as always, when you know better, you do better, and things get better. And if you're in our community, when we know better, we help as many people as we can know better, so that collectively we can do better. And when we do that, the whole world will get better. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much for watching this and all the clips that we've been putting out there. We love the comments, we love the reactions, and we want to encourage you to do even more. Kindly go out, share this with your friends, share this with someone at work, share it with anyone you know will benefit from this. And most importantly, tell us what you want us to share with you in terms of stuff you want us to talk about or questions you'd like us to answer for you. Remember, the aim of this podcast is to help as many of us build better relationships with money. And we can only do that if we get this to as many people as possible. If you're as honest and as transparent as you can be, so that we answer the stuff that will move your world and help our world to become a better place. Remember, our community is all about getting to know better. And when you know better, we do better. But we want to go an extra step. We want to know better, help others know better. Because collectively, when we know better, we tend to do better. And like we always close, the world will get better. So thank you so much for watching this, and we hope that we can get more and more people to watch this, and we can build a community that ends up winners when it comes to this area of finances. My name is Terrence. Looking forward to seeing you next time.